If this ordinance were to pass, that would mean smokers would have to come outside to light up a cigarette. And that's something bar owners and patrons say they have a problem with. Here at All the Rage, you come in, put on your protective gear, and step into this soundproof room where you can take out your frustrations left over from throughout the day. Lieutenant Governor plans to take matters into his own hands about the shrimp being imported into Louisiana. The plan includes a fee that will be charged to inspect the shrimp to make sure there's no chemicals. This study done by Forbes magazine states that millennials ages 18 to 37 only tip their servers 15% or not at all. This makes servers here in Acadiana feel very unhappy.
I find a lot of these seniors vote early in the early election time.
Early voting ends Tuesday, and voter registration officials, like Charlene Menard, say people, although registered, may have problems casting their vote.
Well, actually, I have all these changes of addresses. We can't make a change of address between a primary and a general election, so all these changes will be done after December 8th.
Late changes are part of the problem for some, while lack of interest is another issue, specifically when it comes to younger voters.
I feel like our votes don't count because, they have the electoral college, the people that run it, and they determine everything. Like, they're the final decision, so our votes really don't matter.
The nonchalant mentality is what officials tried to address leading up to the midterm elections. But despite all of the encouragement to make a difference by showing up at the polls, the concern is most people still won't.
Registered voters was 152,000. And currently we've had 1,500 almost per day this week, so we're expecting a low turnout, about 30%.
For Acadiana News 1, I'm Shayla Lange.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be cold. Who wants to go outside and smoke a cigarette? I'm just saying, a bar is a bar. Leave us alone.
This is Susan Mouton, the owner of Sue's Saddle Up Bar in Kaplan. She says she does not agree with the smoking ban because in her bar, smoking does not bother patrons.
And I tell you what, it's a lot of the older people, and they smoke. And some of them don't smoke, and they still come.
If this ordinance were to pass, that would mean smokers would have to come outside to light up a cigarette. And that's something bar owners and patrons say they have a problem with.
That's a person's right if they want to. I believe it's up to the bar owner or the establishment if they want it to be smoke-free or a smoking bar.
The police jurors proposed that the ban will promote a healthier community in Vermilion Parish.
I feel it's targeting bars to where bars will no longer be open in the future. A bar is where you come to drink and smoke.
In 2 weeks, the police jury will make a decision on if the ban should go up for a vote. With photographer Troy Bashir, Shayla Lange, University News 1.
I got $2.40 for them shrimp 15 years ago. Right now it's $1.10. It can't balance out. And it can't keep going like that, Me, I don't care.
Jimmy Dupree Sr. is a third-generation Louisiana shrimper who has been trawling for 62 years. Dupree and other older shrimpers see a problem with the shrimping lifestyle.
And if you go on strike, then I can run out of shrimp. They're going to import more. They're still going to put the shrimp on the market.
Louisiana shrimpers have asked for assistance from President Trump himself and was granted a tariff on imported seafood, but shrimp was not included on the list.
So we done that. We went through all that, finally got a tariff tax passed. Processors wound up with all the money. I collected $2,400 off of that tariff tax. They collected $5 to $6 million, and it was made for us, but we didn't get the money.
After a costly battle in legal fees in 2014 with the Department of Commerce and International Trade Commission, it was discovered that China and other nations were dumping shrimp into Louisiana. I spoke with Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser about the issue.
We don't want to get involved in the tariffs. We want to inspect more of the imported seafood. We inspect less than 1%, and much of that is rejected. They chock it full of antibiotics.
The Lieutenant Governor plans to take matters into his own hands about the shrimp being imported into Louisiana. The plan includes a fee that will be charged to inspect the shrimp to make sure there's no chemicals.
Our plan is to pass a resolution in every council in the state demanding that the federal government impose a 10 cents a pound import inspection fee. We've also got to make Louisianans and the rest of the country realize It's a safety issue.
In late August, a 55-cent raise for shrimpers ended the talk of a possible strike, but considerable problems remain, such as the price of fuel and the flood of cheap imported shrimp that is hurting the Louisiana shrimp industry.
Time for action, not talk. And I felt like if we could get all of Louisiana saying this is what we want, we got a better chance of getting action in Congress.
Louisiana shrimpers like Dupree believe change cannot come fast enough. But on the other hand, he does not plan on tying his boat, T-Turbo, up anytime soon. For Acadiana News 1, I'm Shayla Lange. Coming up, we find out which generation has the worst reputation when it comes to tipping. And we meet a woman who has a baby booming business. Stay with us.